and welcome to Global Journalist. I'm Salam Salamun, your host for this week's discussion of world news events by professionals whose job it is to report the facts and analyze the consequences. This week we'll be focusing on Pakistan, and we're fortunate enough to have a distinguished panel of Pakistani journalists with us here in studio. As anyone who watches the news is well aware, there are numerous barriers and obstacles that must be navigated by the professional journalists working in Pakistan. First and foremost is security. Pakistan has become the front line for a global war on terror, and many of the regions outside of the large commercial cities are only nominally under government control. But there are other issues that make the job unique. Issues of culture, politics, and religion must be handled delicately if Pakistani journalists hope to land an interview or break a story. To further discuss these challenges journalists face in Pakistan are a group of professional journalists visiting the United States as part of an exchange program sponsored by the East-West Center. Hana Saeed, reporter and associate producer of Dawn News TV in Lahore, Mehmal Sarfaz, op-ed editor of the Daily Times and joint secretary of South Asian Women in Media in Lahore, Mohammed Ijaz Khan, bureau chief of GeoTV, the News International in Quetta, and Malik Arshad Aziz, president of Khyber Union of Journalists and news editor of Daily Ijaz in Peshawar. Thank you for joining me today. I would like to start with a general question about what the biggest challenges of your day-to-day reportings are. Is it security, access to sources of financial documents or official documents, or maybe you face government interference or censorship? I'd like to start with you, Mohammed.
Well, we have to face several problems to obtain the informations, just to make sure that what is happening are in terms of official version. And access of information is very much difficult, particularly in Balochistan, when we have to rely on the spokesman of the government that if it is right or wrong, or if it is correct or it's not correct news. So I think there are a lot of problems being faced by journalists in Balochistan, particularly when there are insurgency going on there. They have to, according to International Federation of Journalists, more than 7 journalists have been killed in 2010 in Balochistan while covering events. It is close to 50% of journalists who have been killed in 2010 in Pakistan. There were 15 journalists, and out of them 50% have been killed in Balochistan. Besides access of information, it is very difficult that we have to rely on the government spokesman about confirmation of any news.
What about you, Malik? What do you think are the major challenges that
I think we are facing two types of challenges. One is the working condition of the journalist. We are fighting as a unionist. I'm fighting for the rights of the journalists in Pakistan, especially in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And I might tell you that we have many problems in this working condition. 50% of my members, they don't have the appointment letters. They are verbally appointed and verbally they are fired. So we are fighting for that right, that they must get the appointment letter, the terms and conditions, they are appointed on that. And other, we don't have the security, we have the security problems. They don't have the health insurance and life insurance. While the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and the FATA, the journalists are working in the most dangerous area. We are badly affected by this war against terror, and we are on the forefront of this war against terror. Although Pakistan is the forefront and the frontline state, and this province, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, is the frontline province of that war against terror. So we are facing these two types of challenges. One is the working condition, which I said that they don't have appointment letters, they don't have the pays are very low, and in many newspapers we are facing that there are delay of salaries. They are not getting salaries about 6 to 7 months. So these are their internal problems. And on the other hand, yes, we are very concerned about their protection and they are working in the dangerous areas. They are going to FATA, and when we see each and every day we have a bomb blast or suicide attacks. So when they are covering, we are very anxious about that, what they are doing. No, I have. We discuss a lot, and then we decided that we are now telling our journalists that don't go on these areas where there is a war, where there is a battle going on. You can't move these areas. You can sit in your own offices, work there. Don't take a risk in going to these areas. So I think these are the basic challenges we are now facing in this area.
What about you, Mahmoud? What do you think are the major challenges journalists face?
Well, as far as security is concerned, there are a few challenges. One is that if you cover a report where you're reporting against the militants, then you're threatened by them. If you're reporting against our intelligence agencies, then you're threatened by them. And then there's also the security issue, like Ijaz was a victim of a blast. So, I mean, you never know if you're covering some event and a blast will take place. So that is also a challenge. And when you cover religious reports, like there was an attack on the Ahmadis. They've been declared non-Muslims in Pakistan since 1974. There was an attack on them last year. And when our paper covered the whole issue a lot, I mean, we kept covering them and kept giving follow-up stories. Our reporters started getting threats from the militants. So yeah, the situation is quite grave in Pakistan.
Still, major security is an issue. Do you think it's the same for you?
In Lahore region, there are basically two problems that we faced. First is the lack of training. We have not been formally trained to cover disasters, be it bomb blasts or be it floods, natural disasters. So in such situations, there's nobody to tell us what to do. We go on the spot and we make our own decisions. Sometimes they are wrong. Sometimes there's a wide variety of options to choose from, and we try to do everything which is wrong. We are not focused in those situations, and we're not trained to actually cover fights between the militants and the army officials or the rangers. So we do not know how to protect ourselves and also cover those things. And secondly, Lahore region is politically quite active as well as culturally quite active. So there's a lot of things to cover, and we're running every day from 9 a.m. to like 9 p.m. in the night, and we're covering everything: cultural festivals, religious festivals, and besides that, political games are going on. So there's a lot to do, and we have a lack of staff, and there's an uncertainty because due to the recession, we do not have job security. So we do not know tomorrow if we'll be sitting in the office working or not. So that's the problem in the Lahore region.
So following that up, does all these challenges make young people, I guess, unwilling to enter the profession? Do you guys think because of all these challenges, people are intimidated to pursue journalism? What do you think?
Well, I think that this kind of problem, when we journalists are being facing there is people are the students who graduate from universities or colleges, they prefer to jobs in government circle jobs. They prefer to obtain jobs in government offices instead of becoming a journalist. I'll cite you an example that there are Baluchistan is the largest province of Pakistan, and there are only 5 female journalists working in the province. They prefer jobs by sitting in a desk instead of going for reporting or working in a field in the field. So I think that the majority of the students who complete their education in university and colleges in journalism, they prefer jobs in government departments instead of becoming journalists.
If I have to carry on the point with Jazz, he's talking about the electronic media, which is a developing industry. It's not been more than 10 years since the electronic media has started in Pakistan, and the number of female participants is especially low. In the beginning, there were more of them, and they have been promoted as anchor persons, newscasters, and they are doing production as well. But as far as reporting is concerned, they are not going out that much in the field. Number one is obviously the security in such regions as where Ijaz is working. In my region, it's more of a cultural taboo and more of the societal constraints. First of all, we have to convince our family, and if we're successful in that, then we have to make our own space within our office. Only if you do that, then you make a space in the industry for yourself. But this number is not growing, and that's why I, along with Mehmal, through the South Asian Women in Media, do this work of encouraging females, getting this using the platform to combine women working in the field and encouraging younger generation, new students to come there and experiment this, at least going out in the field. And it's a wonderful thing that the youngsters are encouraged and they are willing to do it. The only thing that discourages them is the little bit of discrimination. The discrimination is not much, but it does exist because females are not being paid as much as the males in the reporting section especially.
Does it have to do with the training, or why do you think that is?
I think they consider the females less capable of doing those things, gender bias, and they think that the females are physically less equipped to carry out heavy tasks and out of city jobs and all that. So that's why they pay more to a male reporter than a female reporter doing the same exact job. And they give softer, lighter beats like music coverage, concerts coverage, and art exhibitions to female rather than the blast coverages. I've been very fortunate. My organization did allow me to do everything, but every organization is not like mine.
It's not the same. So, yeah.
Well, I disagree with this opinion. I think in my province, the number of journalists are increasing. Although there is a danger and people think about that, but there is a debate going on, and people are coming to this profession because they love this profession. It's a very, I think people are interested in journalism, in the field, as well as the girls are concerned. I think that they are coming, but the pace is slow. They are coming to this field, but the pace is slow. Because we have seen in the journalism department in Peshawar University, we have 40 or 10 girls and 40 boys in each classes. So that's the ratio which is coming to the media also.
The university.
Yeah, from university to...
What about when they graduate in terms of, practicing the profession? Do you think the number still is consistent after graduation?
Yes, they are, but as you know, in Pakistan there is a tradition and different things going on. When they become graduate, they marry, they will go to the other fields, or I don't know what, but there are certain problems, the family problems. They are not coming to this field. Yes.
That's exactly my point. That out of those 10 girls, hardly 5 make it to the industry.
You want
But
to
I
add
still
to
think
that?
I still think that a lot of people are joining journalism more now than ever before, because the boom of electronic media has, they think that you'll become celebrities overnight. So they do have this idealism also that they want to do something good. So a lot of people are joining journalism now, despite the constraints that we're facing in our country.
Yeah. So you've been around here in the U.S. for a couple of weeks now. You've been to major U.S. outlets, and you've been able to see how Pakistan is covered in America. And so what do you think is the biggest misconception we have here in the United States about Pakistan and Pakistani people? I'll start with you, Mohammed.
Well, I think that what I feel that there are a lot of misconceptions about the people of Pakistan. In Pakistan, people are very loyal and sincere in their work. They run from pillar to post in search of their bread and butter, besides security. But people in this region feel that whenever you talk about Pakistan, they think that Pakistanis are considered to be terrorists or something else.
So there's a generalization.
But in Pakistan, I am Pakistani. I am from Pakistan. I know what is happening there. Everybody is there is no concept that there is terrorism. There is such things going on everywhere in there. There are certain incidents, though there are certain incidents, but people of Pakistan, they are against terrorism. They never supported or they will. What I believe, they will never support terrorism in the days to come or in the future.